In this video, we'll cover the steps on how to retrieve, edit, and upload the text-based configuration or TBC files on the QBMP 8000 and 800 units. The process itself consists of 4 steps. The first one is going to be the generation of the TBC file via CLI, Telnet serial, retrieving the TBC file from the QBMP radios, editing the TBC file, and then lastly loading the TBC file on the radios again. To generate the TBC file, telnet into the radios and type in one of 2 following commands. First, you got to do enable. That's going to put you in privilege mode. Then go ahead and do generate TBC with password and without password. Those actually are extremely 2 important options here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just show you in a minute telnet into the radio and kind of cover that live. But a quick note, the management password includes the CLI, the web, and the SNMP passwords. The security password includes the network secret, the encryption keys, the radio shared secret. If including these passwords become a part of the generated TBC file and are in the readable form. If excluded, all of these passwords are not part of the generated TBC file. So that's the difference between with passwords and without passwords. Okay, so here we are. I've telnetted into my radio. So here we have enable, and then I typed in generate TBC. As you can see, it gives us our 2 options that we discussed, with passwords and without. All right, so type it out, and all you really need to do is just go ahead and hit enter, and that's it. So now the next step is going to go ahead and recover the TBC file via the GUI. That's going to be the next portion of this. Okay, so now that we have generated a TBC file within the radio, now it's time to actually retrieve it. To do so, go ahead and log on onto your radio via GUI. Management, file management, retrieve from device, go to HTTP, file type, and then select text space template config. Hit retrieve. You're going to see one of these. Okay. Go ahead and right click, or in this particular case, we just go ahead and right click and do save target as. All right, and I am going to go ahead and put it into my TBC folder. Okay, and that's the name it's going to be, pxm-tbc.xml. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and cover the configuration here next. The TBC file can easily be opened and edited with any standard text editor such as WordPad, MS Word, Notepad++, standard XML editors. We recommend XML Notepad 7 editor for editing the TBC files. Also, you can modify any value between the double quotes, and we'll go ahead and show you this here in a second or two, in the TBC file. It is recommended not to change the text outside the double quotes or XML tags in the TBC file, and remove unchanged configurations from the TBC file before loading them onto the device. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what the actual file looks like when you download. It's going to look pxm-tbc. It's going to be an XML document. So what I've done is I have opened it up in WordPad. Okay, and as mentioned before, what you want to edit are the items that are between the quotes. Okay, everything between the quotes can pretty much be edited. In this particular case, that's a WordPad. Now, I also have XML Notepad enabled. As you kind of see, it's a different type of configuration layout here, where everything else is in a tree base. So, of course, you're not going to see the quotation marks. But when it, let's just say for email, you click on value, it'll pop up over here, and then you just be able to change whatever you want. And then the same thing with the phone number or whatever value you have. And then, of course, just go ahead and save it And the same thing, whatever changes you make within WordPad, just go ahead and save it. But it's extremely important that you do not go outside the quotes, okay, because the changes are not going to take. I would also like to add that you must remove all of the unmodified parameters before you import them to the device. So whatever parameters you're not going to use, go ahead and delete it, go ahead and save it. If not, you're going to end up with errors on the system after you upload it. Okay, so the last step is to go ahead and upload the TBC file. To do so, go ahead and click on Management, File Management, and then Upgrade Configuration. You'll see either HTTP or TFTP. Via HTTP, fairly simple. Click Browse, go to wherever your file is, select it, hit Open, and then just go ahead and click Load. Okay. What's going to happen is it's going to load, and you're going to see a configuration uploaded. And I'll show you here in a minute. Now, if you want to go ahead and do it via the TFTP, you could go ahead and do that the good old-fashioned way. Click on text-based file, and as you can see, already populated the name. Go ahead and type in whatever your TFTP server IP address is, and click Upload. Okay, apply that as it. So in this case, we just select it. Click Open, and then go ahead and click Load. You're going to see this. Now this takes a few seconds or so. After it's done, it's going to give you a message indicating that it is done, and at that point you could go ahead and reboot, because there might be some configuration changes that you were made that require rebooting. So just go ahead and reboot, and here is our TBC load successfully. Click OK. And that is it. Now, as a quick note, it is also possible to load this via SNMP, the web, of course, and via CLI. To learn more about Proxim Wireless and our solutions, please visit us at proxim.com or follow us at Twitter at Proxim.